Yes, Vega, maybe just the last question. It's really not a question, but it's an illustration, a quote by John C. Maxwell. And he says that people buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. As a communicator, you've mentioned quite a lot of the background of whom you are, how you've evolved as a speaker, and where you are. What would you agree with this quote that people buy into the leader before they buy into the vision?
I'll say this. Yes, I do. I do, and I think I'll respond to that question from the leadership aspect of it, because there's an aspect of trust that people have with a leader before they can put themselves out there for them. And it's the aspect of trust. And trust is in levels. One, how competent you are. Because you can't tell me we get onto a boat to go discover a certain part of the ocean, and I'm not sure that you're a skillful sailor. Because then, what are you doing? What will happen if things go wrong?
Or maybe you're the pilot and you're asking a question.
That's the thing. So I must be able to trust. Yes, and you brought up the pilot. You cannot tell me that we are going to use a helicopter to go to the village. And then I learned that the helicopter is yours, and I have to trust that you can be able to pilot us to the village. So there's that level of trust of your competence. How competent are you for me to trust that if we get onto this assignment with you, we will see it to the end. And not only see it to the end, we shall succeed. Because people love to succeed. Nobody wakes up, wishing to fail. So the question is, will I get the finishing line winning and succeeding? So that is the first aspect. The second aspect is, can they trust you with themselves? Can they trust you with their vulnerability? Because what you realize is that nobody is perfect. The question is, when I start interacting with you, when you discover certain aspects of me that are not up to par, am I still the same person
to you
that wins to you? Yes. Am I still the same person that brings wins to you, or does that rubbish everything else good that I have done? So the way you deal with me, or the way you deal with that junior, makes them feel that they can show their vulnerability to you and trust that you will not destroy them because of discovering their weakness. And that way, it creates a better bond between the leader and the people working for them. And I don't like to call them followers. I like to call them the upcoming leaders. Between the leader and the upcoming leaders. Because what they do, what you have now is a relationship. And there's trust that I don't need to hide me to be seen by you. And that way, in fact, I think for me it's an advantage to the leader. Because then when somebody is able to show me what they can do, then there are some assignments I will not give them. Because then they will fail or they will lie. And I can also focus on building their capacity in those areas that they have demonstrated they're weak. And that way, it strengthens the board and it allows everybody to play from their strength zone. So yes, people buy into you before they buy to your vision. And that's why you find when people are realigned in an office, there are people they can't want to work with. And there are people they will all run, and want to be associated with. Why? The element of trust with the leader.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you, Wahiga. Thank you. And I strongly believe that you are the leader we want to trust into, and we want to trust in your vision because we trust in you. Thank you very much for that.
Okay.